All right, so I feel like this is going to be a short-ish training session today, although if you join me here regularly every week, you know that sometimes I have the ability to ramble on a little. So today we're talking about selling in your yoga biz, okay? Selling and sales, and they're probably words that you didn't really think that you would associate with yoga, right? Especially when you went off and did your yoga teacher training, you thought, yeah, I'm going to be a yoga teacher. You didn't really think about having to sell this stuff as well. But essentially, you are a business. If you are a self-employed yoga teacher, whether you work for studios or you rent your own spaces and run your classes, if you keep your own accounts, if you keep your books, you are a business, okay? I'm just going to have a few little waves at people that are joining us as I'm getting started. So I'm talking about sales in yoga business today. So it's a bit icky and it's a bit awkward, especially when you're first starting out and you're pricing your business, and you might even be, self-doubting. Should I be charging this amount? Should I even be charging for yoga? Should I be charging the standard rate? Should I be less expensive because I'm new to the area? I'm a new teacher. Should I be a little bit cheap? All these things that go through your mind. And then maybe you kind of hit that hurdle where people start asking for discounts, or they're asking you for your prices, and you think, oh, this seems, like it's a little bit too expensive. So I have a few more waves. Hi, Kim. All right, so what I want you to first take into consideration is to always remember that you are helping people and you are providing a service, okay? And services of any kind, whether they're holistic or otherwise, in the Western world, we pay for, right? So think about holistic treatments or holistic therapists that you visit. It might be other yoga teachers, you might go to an osteopath, you might see a regular massage therapist or go to a meditation group. You pay for the service, okay? You pay for that person's time and for their knowledge. And probably when you're putting yourself into this situation, like I know for me, when I'm looking for a new osteopath or massage therapist or someone who's going to work with my body, I'm not going to look for someone who is cheap. I'm going to look for someone who offers what I feel is a fair exchange of money for the knowledge that they have. All right. And I want you to always think about looking and reminding yourself about the value of your offer. So you probably, if you're like me, you don't just teach your yoga class. You don't turn up to your class or your private client, teach the class and leave. You turn up 10 or 15 minutes early so that you can set up your rooms, that your clients feel comfortable, so your students really enjoy the surroundings. You probably teach your class and then you stick around for 20 or 30 minutes after, or everyone picks your brains, they have questions, they just want to chat, get something off their chest, okay? So where you might be being paid for an hour or thinking about pricing yourself for an hour, you might be there for 2 hours at a time, especially if you start to factor in your travel time as well. So always remembering to look at the value of your offer and remind yourself regularly what it is you're offering. So when you start to get into that point where you are exchanging funds, it feels a bit awkward, doesn't it? Especially if it's cash, if someone's giving you cash. I know at the moment, in the current climate, a lot of people are doing bank transfers and stuff instead. But if you receive a cash payment, you kind of can look at that and think, oh, that's a lot of money for teaching yoga. But when you think about all of the time and the energy that you have put into your teaching, whether that's 200 hours in Europe or if you went off to Asia somewhere, you've put a lot of money and effort into your teacher training, okay? So whether it's 200 hours or you're at 900 hours or 1,000 hours now, go back and tally up all of the money, all of the hours that you put into that, and then start to remind yourself of what you have learned and the offering that you now provide, the service that you provide, okay? So always keep that in mind when you're thinking about selling. When people say to you, how much do you charge? What are your fees? And you kind of think, oh, it's a new person. Maybe they don't know about yoga. Let me knock £50 off my package, or let me knock £100 off that package or something. Always remind yourself of everything that you've put into it and the value of what you can offer someone, okay? And we know how magic yoga is, and we really want to share that knowledge, don't we? So don't be shy to show up for yourself and create a pricing package, okay? It is a sale. This is how you make your income. Yes? Yes, I hope everyone's nodding along like, yes, I must remember that I can charge for my services. All right, so when we look a little bit deeper into selling, I want you to think about selling authentically, okay, and selling from a yogic point of view. They don't really go, I know. Okay, so if you have been following me for a long time, you may have received a coaching article, blog post from me. You can find it on the website as well, siteyogabiz.com, about the business of yoga. And I heard a great podcast a couple of years ago, and it's always stuck in my mind, where the host was saying, you know, you can get yoga for free. You know, yoga doesn't have to be a business. It doesn't have to be a business. You know, if you live in certain parts in the east of the world, you can exchange yoga for housing and food and stuff like that. But here where we live, or if you're tuning in right now, you've probably turned yoga into your sense of your income. So you must always remember that, you know. I know we can think, oh, it's yoga and I don't want to charge too much for it because it's yoga, but if someone's coming to you and saying, I want you to teach me, how much do you charge? They have money that they want to exchange for that service, okay? And it comes back to you thinking about, what is the offer? What is the value of my offer? So when I'm talking about selling authentically and selling from a yogic point of view, you're not ripping people off, you know how much you need to earn to survive. You know what a reasonable price is, and a reasonable price doesn't have to be cheap. Remember that, we've spoken about that a few weeks ago when we were talking a little bit more about pricing your yoga business. But a reasonable price doesn't need to be cheap. You don't need to be affordable for everyone, because there is yoga available. But also from that yogic point of view, just know that you're not ripping people off. Even though it seems like a large sum of money, think of what that payment is going to do for someone. If someone's paying you up front for a package of private classes, or you know, maybe a couple of classes a week in a group class, you think, oh, it's a lot of money for them to be paying out. They're choosing to do it, you know. It's okay for them to pay you for everything that you know. So in that same context, I want you to feel confident in your pricing. So when you feel confident in your pricing, it feels a lot less awkward to sell that product, sell that offering to someone. Okay, so it comes back to understanding the value, understanding everything that you have to give, and not feeling shy or awkward to ask for the amount of money that you're asking for. So if you are selling from that yogic point of view, you know that you're not ripping someone off. You know that even though the amount of money might seem large, you feel like you're providing the service for that, then you won't feel shy. Okay, and be confident with your pricing enough that people are not going to sense that you don't feel too good about that, and then maybe ask for a discount. Okay, I'm going to come on to that in a minute, and people do it. So make sure that you feel really confident in your pricing. So if you have packages at the moment that you run, maybe you could sit down and think, right, I charge this amount. Do I feel confident in asking for that amount of money? And if I don't, then why don't I? Okay, so look at everything you offer. You could tally up all of the hours and the financial gains that you've put into your training, and then make sure that you feel confident in what you're charging. So you might look at how much you're charging at the moment and think, I'm not charging enough. Yeah, it's all right to put your prices up. It's okay to put your prices up because you are offering a very, very valuable service. All right. So moving on a little bit to discounts. Oh, over the years, I've had so many people ask for a discount. It tends to be people that don't know you. Maybe they're contacting you for the first time by email. Maybe they found your website and they just want to try their luck a little bit, okay? So I'm going to throw it out there and say it is okay to say no to discounts, because it's not okay for people to ask you for a discount, all right? I always feel like when someone asks me for a discount, they are discounting my knowledge, okay? I think if someone has a certain budget in mind, if I am not within that budget, they need to find someone else, okay? And remember that there's a big difference in someone saying to you, That's too expensive. Can I have a discount? That's too expensive. Could you knock some money off that for me, please? Okay, that means that what you're offering is out of their budget, or they don't value what you're offering. And remember that everyone has money for things that they really want to do. All right, we can always find money for something that we really want to do, for something that we really believe in and that we know will really help us. We will find the funds for that. Okay, so there's a difference in someone asking for a discount and you saying no, to someone saying to you, I can't afford that right now. Is it possible for me to spread my payment? Or if someone says to you, oh, that's a little bit out of my budget right now, you could say to them, well, I offer a payment plan. Would this help you out? Okay, so that means you're not dropping your prices. You're not having to drop your prices. You still feel confident in what you're selling, and you know that what you're offering is of value, but you can offer a payment program or a payment plan instead. And that's really up to you if you want to do that in your business. Okay, but hopefully you're nodding and you can understand the difference between saying yes to a discount and discounting your services, and offering a payment plan. And be really cautious of, if you know that you regularly get asked for discounts, sometimes I've seen in businesses people put their prices up knowing that they're going to be asking, people will be asking for a discount. Okay, so make sure that you're firm on your price, because remember that you understand the value of what you are offering. All right, so I'm just going to recap. This was a quick one. This was quite a quick one today, but I want to get on to something else as well. So to avoid feeling icky and awkward when you are selling within your yoga business, make sure you always remind yourself that you are providing help and you are providing a service. Even though it's holistic, you still need to be compensated for your time, your energy, your effort, and what you've put into your financial knowledge. Okay, you need to always feel comfortable and confident looking at the value of your offer. Understand the value of what you're offering and remind yourself regularly what you're offering. Okay, feel confident in your pricing, because you have priced from a yogic point of view. You're authentic, you've priced from your heart, you know you're not ripping people off, you can understand it's a large investment for people, but you know that what you are offering is of value. And lastly, it's okay to say no to discounts. Okay, if people want a discount from you, I feel they are discounting your knowledge, and maybe they haven't even met you yet. So already they're saying, I don't think you are worth X amount, and you are. Okay, whatever you've priced yourself at, feel confident that you are worth that amount of investment. Okay, so if you then want to offer someone a payment plan, or spread those costs out a little bit, that's up to you if you want to do that within your business, but you don't have to discount someone because they tell you that they can't afford it. Okay, because yoga is out there, it's affordable, it's free on YouTube, you can find it in your library on DVD, you can find it in books. There's plenty of free yoga out there. If somebody wants your service, feel confident in the sale that you have and the pricing plan that you have, so that you don't feel like you have to discount. Okay, you don't have to discount. So, really short one today. I hope that was helpful. If you are not feeling too comfortable in sales and how to sell, let me know if you have a website. If you want to send me a message, or you want to send me a link to your website, maybe where you sell your product, you sell your offering, then let me know and I can have a look at that for you. But I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions regarding anything that I've just mentioned, let me put a few waves in here. Hi Pip. Hi Fabienne. So I just want to talk really quickly about the workshop, the virtual workshop that I'm holding on the 3rd of October, 10 o'clock. It's a Saturday morning. I'm going to be teaching you how to strategize a launch. So if you feel like 2020 has sucked, yes, and that 2021 is going to be a little bit better, or maybe you need to revamp your current classes, your current schedule, and you want to have a strategy in place, a model in place where you feel confident for the 6 to 8 weeks in the build up to the launch of your offering, whether that's an event, a workshop, or your classes or whatever, to feel really confident that when you open those bookings, you know that you've hit all these target points and that your classes and your workshops are going to sell out. Then you can find a link to my workshop in either the Facebook community group or up in my bio in Instagram. I'm currently running a competition as well. So if you go onto my Instagram page, you'll find the picture that I posted yesterday all about the workshop. And you can share that around onto your Instagram, whether on your stories or onto your page. Like the picture, tag me in it, and I will add you into a draw that I'm going to draw next Wednesday for a free place on the workshop. So hopefully some of you will be able to join me there. My Yoga Biz Building a Blueprint course that launches on the 9th of October is fully booked. So I've closed down the bookings for that. So this workshop is going to be the only other thing I'm offering this year. Doesn't it feel weird to say this year? I can't believe we're moving towards the last quarter of the year. Absolutely mad. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you today. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you can join me for the workshop. If you have any questions on the workshop as well, do let me know. And I'll catch you guys next week. I'm going to be back a little bit earlier next week at 12:30, and I'm going to be sharing tips and advice for new yoga business owners. So whether you're a newly qualified teacher or you've just gone out on your own and you're moving away from the studio model, next week's coaching session at 12:30 Thursday is going to be all about tips and advice that I want to share with you for brand new yoga teachers and business owners. All right, have yourselves a really nice day, guys, and I'll see you next week. See you later.